the black, then how come you got brown? Oh, there another one. Oh, it's too early in the morning for me, Mikes.
Are you eating?
Aren't you allowed to eat?
No, I just can't believe you're having a fucking shortbread cream.
You can't be crunching into the microphone. She's going to be crunching in.
She's eating first thing as she wakes up.
She's going to be crunching into the microphone.
Shortbread with cream.
Oh, I miss these biscuits.
Are they the less sugar
You're about
version?
to tip yours out.
No, I don't do less sugar.
Because I saw some less sugar ones. And
Your mic is being covered.
Oh.
I actually bought them thinking that they were gluten-free for Lil, you know, but...
Cute.
Yeah. It's bloody cold here. I'm used to the...
All right.
We're back.
We are back.
Hello, everybody. Good morning, everyone. How are we going to start? Good morning?
We just said
that was
hello.
how we
That was how
started.
it started.
Oh, just hello. Hello, everyone.
Today we want to talk about...
Can we just talk about the psychology behind why Mary always has to talk in like a funny voice or accent? Why can't she just talk in her own voice? Like, what is that? If you are like a psychiatrist or a psychologist that understands that, like, why does she do that?
Wow, she's just got started early.
Why?
I want to know. She's done it like...
She's just trying to be
I
funny.
can't remember.
It's not funny. I can do multiple things. My mind just doesn't settle for, hi, this is how I talk. I can do other languages.
Wow.
Do you want to give
She's
us a couple
cutting
of,
me spirit.
Give us a couple of variations of hello and intro.
Hello. Hello. How are you today, love? Yeah, not bad. I've got these little fuckheads next to me. Don't even know how to do a voice.
So who is that person? Do you have voices in your head?
We're really going into
No,
this
I
now.
don't.
No. Do you have voices in your head?
No, but I can just pluck any
No,
voice.
but you have internal dialogue.
What's your internal dialogue?
Do you talk to yourself in your head?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what
With
is
a Mary voice.
Some people don't.
with a Mary, or a Mary, like a jolly, cheerful voice, or like a Mary Keller voice?
Like a Mary Keller, like, oh, yeah. Oh, she's done that. Oh, you know. Anyway.
Shall we?
Wow, I thought a holiday would have fixed her a bit, but...
Should we get back to the script?
I'm trying to eat me little shortbread cream.
I just really want to know, like, her internal dialogue. Like, is it a positive voice? Like, if my internal dialogue is super negative voice. So I feel like hers must be positive because she's just so like...
Oh, yeah, I walk around and I see my cellular and I go, your heart.
Actually says it.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, I wish.
I don't really care. Like, yeah, that's life. There's going to be cellulite on my bum.
It's a good mindset to have.
I can show you, actually, not bad. Even though I've had a packet of shortbread creams.
Show us.
We're not going to show you now, Martha.
It's a bit early in the morning.
A bit early for breakfast to put
nighttime
so
activities.
much fat in your pan. You want to, keep it slim. Anyway, you guys talk a bit now because I've got...
She wants to eat the biscuit. And we keep talking to her and she's getting pissed off that she can't eat the biscuit. Girl's got to eat.
She gets into that real stage of life, I feel like.
Oh
really
my God, don't
embracing it.
say that. Do you reckon she is?
Yeah.
Michael.
What? That's not negative.
He's calling you a gria.
What does that mean?
Mate, I don't care what he says.
What does that mean?
That she's an old lady.
No.
You're saying that I'm an old lady.
Still hot.
I'm hot, though. Like...
Still hot.
Anyway, say something exciting now because you're pissing in my pocket.
What we actually wanted to talk about. We're never going to get there.
Who the fuck is that person?
We're never going to get
Who is
there.
that person?
I don't know.
Two crazy people.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's baby reindeer.
Am I a reindeer? I thought I was a panda.
The show.
She gives baby
Oh.
reindeer a bit or no? That's
No, she doesn't give stalker vibes.
I don't give dams.
Anyways.
Anyway, what are we talking about? I feel like I'm jet
trying
lagged.
to get to the topic,
Yeah,
so
go,
I'll
go.
let it
Yeah.
go.
Tell me, Vicky, what you were saying.
I wanted to talk about life without Mary for the last 6 weeks and
Please,
then
how
how
boring.
it differs.
The first few days
At home.
were a bit jarring. Just the silence was so...
As you can tell, it's always loud.
It was so quiet that I actually had to get out of the house. I would put Luch in the car and just drive out of the house because it was too quiet in the house. It was scaring me. It was so quiet. Like I would make breakfast and I just
Talk to myself.
no, like it was so weird and quiet. Like I didn't like it. I had to leave. I kept
I
going
felt
to get
comfortable. I felt at peace. It
I
was
didn't. I was so uncomfortable. I had to leave. I had to remove myself. And then I got used to it. But it's boring. The silence is boring. I don't like it. I don't know
Michael
how
liked
people
it.
like it.
He likes
I
boring.
don't think we're ever going to move out.
But before you guys came, it was silent because there would be no one. Theo and Nick would go to work,
But you were
spend
hardly
10
ever home.
hours. I was
You were never
always
home.
home.
When we used to come, you were always out.
No, but ask Nick. When COVID hit, I was after.
Hun, when COVID hit, we were all home.
No, I know, but then even after that, I just got
because
used
I
to
think
being
after
home.
COVID, I think it fucked with you a bit and it made
Because you're a
No,
socialite.
because I started putting more cooking, and that was my thing. Like, I'll get up, what am I going to cook tomorrow for the people? And then I'd say, and you know what it is? I just crave something, and then I just want to make it. And I'm not lazy. Like, I'd be on the couch sloth and then say, I feel like bread. And then I'll go downstairs and make bread.
Hun, that's very Nara Smith of you.
Oh, yes.
Honestly, I didn't realise that you were a Nara
Yeah,
Smith.
I am.
Before Nara Smith.
Before Nara
Yeah, you were
Smith,
the original.
the OG.
So what else? So obviously it was quiet. It was a little bit lonely for you, just stuck with your husband and your son.
Oh,
No, lucky we had Nick.
yeah. Lucky you had Nick.
Nick did well.
Nick was great.
He
Nick was a great help.
we did his washing for him just to
Oh,
keep
wow.
that up.
But you know what I've realised about Nick is when Mary's not here, Nick is an asset. Like he was an asset. He would get shit done. He would help us. He would do jobs around the house. Now that Mary is home, he's regressed. Like we, put him in line. We had to sit up.
But
we would have dinner. We would put everything, whatever we didn't eat, leftovers were put in Tupperware. So the stove was
You
clean.
did have a go at him a few
Everything
times.
was cleaned. Now that my mum's back, they cooked last night. The pan that they cooked their steak on the cast iron pan wasn't clean. None of the leftover food was put away. It was just left out. That's not Nicholas. Sorry, that's not Nicholas. That's not the Nicholas that I know. We were always clean. We never left anything like this. Did we ever leave the kitchen a mess?
No, we always clean up the
Not
kitchen.
one day did we leave
Everything
it.
went into the dishwasher. The dishwasher was empty. Nothing was left in the sink. I did the washing as much as I could. There was
We
no
didn't mop for
baskets.
3 weeks.
I'm up every night.
The floor looked like a nightclub. You know when you walk to a nightclub and your feet stick? That's what it felt like.
Well, first, I couldn't get the Dyson to work because I had blocked it or something.
We got a new Dyson, yes. We did get that replaced. But there was a perfect mop outside.
Yeah, but I was just waiting on the Dyson. Then when when the 3-month mark hit, I thought the Dyson's not fucking. I'm gonna just mop, and I ended up mopping the old-fashioned way.
Twice.
I mopped this.
And it was so nice. Nick came home. He was so excited, wasn't he? He goes,
My
Nick
poor
came
baby.
home.
My poor baby.
Nick came home and he goes, "Oh, it looks so good in here. We're doing all right, guys. We're actually doing okay." He was. What did he say?
Yeah. Look,
He was
he
judgy.
takes a lot to please. Nick.
And he was like, because Mary spoon feeds Nick still, he was actually getting.
I do not.
You do. He was asking questions like, "Oh, what did you put in the mop? Like, how did you clean it? What did you use? Like, oh, what are you doing here?" Like, he would help us cook dinner every night. He would help with Luch. He just was great. Nick was amazing.
But
I've never seen that side to him.
But when Dad and I went away, we had gone.
And breastfeeds him
When we had gone away for a week, when we came back, the house was immaculate, clean.
because he went out every night.
No, but he keeps it
He
clean.
went and ate dinner out every night.
But he keeps the house clean. He knows. Go into his room
It's
now.
not that clean.
You know what? When Mary was away, I feel like you turned back into your Bondi self.
Yes.
Because you,
Yes.
that you had to
I had
cook.
to feed the baby.
You had to feed. Well, I mean, you always feed the baby, but there was no one else to be able to do the things you were doing,
Yeah.
and it was crazy to see. Instant bang change. Let's go.
Yeah,
What are we
it had to
cooking?
get
What are we doing?
Mm.
But in saying that, I will say that my work suffered a lot. I was very late on a lot of
I feel like it made you
Deadline.
appreciate what Mary does because after like
I
2
didn't
weeks,
post anything or film anything.
after 2 weeks, Martha goes, I don't know what to cook anymore. But I'm out of ideas. How has Mary done this for the last
How has she done it for
30
35
years?
years?
Yeah.
40. Had to
she
feed
done it?
So I
the
feel
other
like
bear.
in that
out
moment,
there.
it was like
Oh,
such
yeah.
an appreciation of like what Mary does.
But just a mother in general, I guess.
Oh yeah,
Like,
for sure.
Or a father, single
but
father.
I will say, like, Mary's actually quite naturally very maternal. Like, it's naturally in her to be, like, mother, like, cook and do these things. I think that is, like, naturally for me.
Is
you
going
are.
out for lunch with your friends.
No, you're
No, but-
maternal.
Yeah, I am, but, like, my mum is, like, super maternal. Everything comes naturally to her like that, like, being, like, a woman of the house, cleaning, like, it's just, like, comes naturally to her. Also, you wouldn't know this, but, like, when my mum was younger, she's the oldest of 4 sisters. And she always had to look after her sisters because my yaya worked a lot. Like, my yaya was a full-time worker. Like, she
At home.
She worked from home, but she worked hard, my yaya. She wasn't, like, fluffing around.
She used to earn more money than my dad back
Yeah,
then.
she was the breadwinner. So my mum had to, like, look after her sisters. from
I'd come
young.
home from high school. My mum would say, "Oh, cook this," whether it was bolognese or whatever, and I'd have to cook. I'd have to wash. I'd have
But
to
from
clean.
young.
Yeah, from
Like-
12 years old,
Yeah,
I
it's
was
ingrained.
cooking. Like the stove would be clean, and then my sister Effie, my mum used to say, "Oh, leave Effie, she's studying." Like she thought she was going to be a doctor. Leave Effie, you've got to do the chores. So Effie never got to do anything. So I was always cooking.
All right, we didn't.
Clean.
This is the roast part. Now we're roasting Effie.
now we're
There's got to be a
roasting.
roast
You've got to be
part.
able to respond to the roast, I feel like. Roast people that are here.
Yeah.
But no, I get that. It was just fascinating for me to see a different, like a side of you I hadn't seen in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, when we lived together in Sydney together, obviously I cooked and did all that every day because there was no Mary. And I had to.
You had a routine. You knew what you're
Yeah,
going
my
to cook.
house was clean. I cooked every night. I was organised. Yeah.
Basically, what this is all leading to is that when Mary's here, she does a hell of a lot for us. She does a hell of a lot. You can't say she doesn't.
Literally, she got back the next day. She had the baby. I got so much done. I did not see Luge for like 4 days because I went off and I was working in those 4 days. And I just got so much done. And yeah,
I had him 10-hour shifts.
10-hour shifts.
And then Theo's taking him. I don't know what to do with him. And I go, mate,
We made Mary make up for the time lost.
yeah, in the
You know?
first
It's a benefit.
In the first week she's been back.
she's done full 10-hour shifts.
Yeah,
I'm done.
it is good. It is so.
Theo, book some flights. We're out of here.
Yeah.
No, it's been a massive help, don't you think?
Yeah, and I feel like that. I know I've already kind of spoken about this on social media. People say, "Oh, why do you still live with your parents or in-laws?" Like, it's a massive help. So, and if they're
such
happy
a
to
good
have us
setup.
and happy to do renovations on their house without asking them, then
And
we're
I
obviously
feel
going to
like-
stay here.
If I don't know, I just feel like I don't know why it's like so frowned upon or like poo-pooed. Like
Is that a word, poo-pooed?
Yeah,
Oh, my God.
I just feel like if you could do it, you should. Like if you can do it, you should.
But when our parents came to Australia, they came with a suitcase. You know the stories. They came at 18. They didn't have their parents. They had to do it all themselves. And they tried to help us as much as they could to give us a better life. Now, we are more fortunate because we've had parents that helped us a little bit, that we can try and help you guys a little bit more.
but
And then we want you to do the same to your kids.
Yeah, I mean,
Because that's
to be
help.
fair though, because I think a lot of people always just some of the comments that I read are like just move out, pay rent. Everyone's got to do it, but
Why
like,
pay rent? It's
but the thing is, like, that's the thing is, like, we're not like living with you guys as like because it's better financially. Like, do you know what I mean?
Well, it obviously is.
it
It
is.
is, but that's not why
It's not
we're
the
doing it.
motivation. It's not the
Like, we're
motivation.
not here because we don't want to pay rent.
Yeah.
Like, that's not why we're living here.
Yeah.
No, I live next door to my mother-in-law and I didn't pay rent.
Yeah, but the other thing is,
And that
like,
was to help.
it's just about the help. Like, it's just about having somebody look after my son who I can just trust. Like, I never, when my mum's got Luch, I never, ever, I don't even have to call her and just.
But sometimes she calls me 5 times. I'm trying to do something. What, Martha? What are you feeding Luch?
I just want to make sure because sometimes she thinks that he's a grown 16-year-old and she.
But he eats like a 16-year-old.
But I just want to make sure she's giving him water and making sure he's having heaps of water. I just want to make sure.
I don't want to get too deep in that because there's one more thing I want to touch on because we're going to run over time. Super quick is Luch without his papu versus Luch with his papu. In the 6 weeks that Luch didn't have his grandfather here, he was an independent toddler. He would play on his own, enjoy himself. He'd come and see us in the office, go back, come to the kitchen.
He'd play on his own.
Wasn't picked up, like didn't physically need to pick him up. He was fine. He had grown exponentially in his like maturity and what he was doing. And then the second the cab pulled up and I was outside with Luch, straight made a beeline for Theo, arms out, picked up, and he has not touched the floor.
Dad can't even go to the
since
toilet.
He got back.
Yeah,
Dad cannot go to the toilet without Luch wanting him. And like not only that, just the way he
puts it on. He puts it on.
Like, he'll see my dad and he'll just go and do that and just like instantly put it on.
And we hate Sooks.
I don't like Sooks in this house.
He wouldn't even go to Mary.
Dad, do you want to comment on that?
I don't know if you heard that. Theo said he doesn't want to comment on that. But it's actually it's wild. It's wild to see. So
he's regressed.
It looks like regression. We're trying to pull him back in and make sure
it's over, like, Michael.
He was eating his own breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and now Dad's
he's getting there.
Good boy.
Yeah.
Feeds him.
Honestly. That is like Yaya Bubble roll. So like my Yaya Bubble did the same for us.
Yaya used to pick you up from kinder and have toast and a sandwich or something wrapped in a napkin and take her to the park to feed her while she was swinging.
I used to pull off little bits of bread, like toast that she'd make me, and I'd go on the slide and she'd give it to me and I'd go and she'd come around and give me. And I was a kinder, I was like 4.
Wild. That's what grandparents are for.
Mind you, when she first started kinder, she didn't know a word of English.
Yeah. Cute little ESL.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And
have a you. Have a you.
We lived in Albury, Wodonga, and it was like the most Anglo school. Like I was the only ethnic person.
Shall we talk about that another time?
Yeah.
Because I feel like we're going to go over. So I've got to pull the pin on that. Maybe we can talk about Martha's upbringing on another episode. Maybe we can get Yaya in here to talk about it as well.
Oh, yeah. She'll be like this, Yaya Martha.
See you next time, guys.
Ciao.
Ta-ta.